the world's 10 heaviest animals. Pigs only rank 4th. The number 1 spot weighs a staggering 10,866 kilograms, equivalent to 181 full-grown adults, in the animal kingdom. Sizes and weights vary drastically, from microorganisms weighing mere grams to forest giants weighing several tons. However, a rare few animals, due to specific genetics, an abundant food supply, or even the influence of human domestication, have reached astonishing weights. Data shows that there are approximately 12,000 species worldwide. Among land mammals, hundreds of species have an average adult weight exceeding 100 kilograms. Among them, the most colossal individuals even outweigh a standard family car, being 180 times heavier than the average human. In today's video, Earth's Top 10 will take you on a journey to see the 10 heaviest animals in the world. Most cats. They might look fluffy and lazy, but they are usually agile and nimble, able to leap onto windowsills at a moment's notice or gracefully roll over on a sofa. However, there is one feline who is quite the opposite. Its physique is massive, its weight is shocking, and it appears out of breath just by walking, even failing to climb its own cat tree. This is Meow from Mexico. According to research, the weight of a normal adult domestic cat is typically between 3.6 and 5.5 kilograms, yet Meow's weight actually reached 18 kilograms. Compared to an average house cat, Meow is nearly twice, or even 3 times the size. It is just like a dog, perhaps to humans. A chubby cat looks incredibly adorable, but for Meow, daily life is far from the free and flexible life of other cats. Due to its immense weight, Meow can hardly jump on its own, and must rely on humans to lift it on and off sofas or beds. Even its hygiene has become a major challenge. Meow has become so obese that it can no longer lick its fur to stay clean, requiring humans to groom and wash it every day. So, exactly why did this cat get so heavy? In fact, obesity in cats shares many similarities with human obesity. In most cases, overfeeding and a lack of exercise are the primary culprits. Many cat owners enjoy giving treats and extra food as a way to show their love, especially when they see a cat making those puppy dog eyes. It is almost impossible to refuse their begging. Combined with a cat's natural laziness and a tendency to nap in the sun all day, insufficient exercise becomes a catalyst for weight gain. According to the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention, approximately 60% of domestic cats are considered overweight or obese. This means that for almost every 2 cats, there is one that might be eating too much and moving too little. The impact of obesity on a cat's health cannot be ignored. Just like humans, obese cats are more prone to suffering from diabetes, arthritis, and heart disease. Furthermore, obesity increases the risks associated with surgery and anesthesia, severely compromising their mobility in daily life and their overall comfort. In 2012, when Meow was brought to the Santa Fe shelter, its obesity had already reached a staggering level. Although the shelter staff tried their best to help it lose weight, ultimately it still succumbed to complications caused by morbid obesity, bringing its journey of life to a somber end. In our imagination, rabbits are small, gentle creatures, lightly hopping across the meadows while nibbling on carrots, just like characters in a fairy tale. Graceful and adorable. However, if you ever saw Ralph, all your preconceptions might just shatter. You might even wonder if he is actually an extra large rabbit or a small sheep in disguise. Ralph is certainly no ordinary rabbit. At his peak weight, he reached an incredible 25 kilograms. That is right, this is a rabbit that weighs more than the average large family dog. To put things into perspective, a typical domestic rabbit usually weighs around 2 to 3 kilograms. Ralph weighs nearly 10 times that of a normal rabbit, making him the undisputed heavyweight champion of the rabbit world. Ralph's supersized physique stems first from his giant breed, the continental giant rabbit, originating from Belgium and France. This breed was originally raised for meat and fur, but now many people keep them as pets. The average weight of a continental giant can reach 10 to 12 kilograms, with body lengths usually between 70 to 80 centimeters. But Ralph not only surpassed the average weight for his breed, but was also recognized by Guinness World Records in 2010 as the world's heaviest rabbit. Of course, all of this is thanks to Ralph's formidable appetite. This big fella consumes a massive amount of food every day. His daily diet includes plenty of hay, fresh vegetables, rabbit pellets, and his absolute favorites, apples and cabbage. You can only imagine how much bunny power it takes to devour all that food in a single day. Surprisingly, despite his massive size, Ralph leads a relatively healthy life. His owner takes him for regular checkups to ensure this oversized bunny does not develop health issues due to his weight. Nonetheless, Ralph's colossal frame still brings certain challenges, such as needing a larger hutch, thicker bedding, and specialized dietary management to maintain a good quality of life. However, Ralph's title of heaviest rabbit has not always been untouchable. In 2013, Ralph's weight was briefly overtaken by another continental giant named Darius. Darius weighed in at 22 kilograms, yet Ralph later regained weight and reclaimed his Guinness World Record. This heavyweight battle for the bunny crown, it was truly thrilling, though just a bit of friendly competition still attracted countless spectators. In Thailand, there is a monkey known as Uncle Fatty. The name itself suggests something extraordinary. He is a long-tailed macaque weighing a massive 26 kilograms, whereas his typical peers usually weigh only about 8 to 10 kilograms. By contrast, Uncle Fatty's weight is nearly 2 to 3 times that of other monkeys. His physical appearance could be described as a true sphere, having a belly like a bloated balloon, always dragging along the ground. Uncle Fatty lives in a tourist area in Thailand, and behind his obesity lies a very stark reality: human feeding. When tourists see how cute the monkeys are, they can't help but give them all sorts of snacks, and Uncle Fatty is clearly the most popular among them. Tourists from all over the world receiving vast amounts of high-calorie foods like chips, desserts, and candies. Furthermore, Uncle Fatty does not seem to mind his own massive physique. Every time he just sprawls lazily on the ground, enjoying the treats and photos from tourists. He does not need to be like other monkeys, nimbly climbing trees or searching for food everywhere. Over time, he became the poster boy for winning by doing nothing. However, Uncle Fatty's weight is certainly nothing to celebrate. Scientific research indicates that obesity in macaques leads to a series of health complications. Obesity, like Uncle Fatty's, could put him at risk for diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, and other serious illnesses. In fact, animal bodies and human bodies share many similarities. Excessive obesity places immense pressure on internal organs. Although Uncle Fatty still looks cheerful for now, chubby and very cute, his body is already enduring an excessive burden. Experts have even pointed out that the lifespan of an obese macaque may be shortened as a result. For Uncle Fatty's health, wildlife protection agencies in Thailand took action, sending him to a monkey fat camp. A weight loss plan was specifically designed for him, which not only controlled his diet, but also trained him to engage in a certain amount of exercise. While Uncle Fatty appeared quite reluctant, this weight loss program was truly intended to restore his health. After successfully losing weight, Uncle Fatty returned to the wild. But it is said that upon returning to his old haunts, Uncle Fatty lived just as he did before, perhaps even more indulgent than ever. However, shortly after being released, Uncle Fatty disappeared. No one knows what fate finally befell this once famous monkey. This dog, looking as if he were created with movie special effects, is named Zorba. He was an English Mastiff from London. In 1989, he set a staggering record, certified by Guinness World Records as the heaviest dog in the world. It might be hard for you to imagine, but Zorba reached an incredible weight of 156.5 kilograms, nearly equivalent to an adult African lion. His length was equally eye-popping, reaching 2.5 meters. This not only made him the world's heaviest dog, but also allowed him to surpass most humans in size. In the canine world, body size varies depending on breed, diet, genetics, and environment. The English Mastiff is inherently famous for its massive build. By the 17th century, Mastiffs participated in baiting and hunting bears, wolves, and other large animals. However, even though they are typically large, cases of breakthrough weight like Zorba's remain extremely rare. Just imagine a dog with such a monumental weight. How many calories are needed to maintain its daily lifestyle? Just the sheer volume of its daily meals is enough to leave any dog owner in absolute shock. Furthermore, Zorba's daily exercise routine is not as simple as that of an average dog. Its massive weight means its physical activity requires specialized planning because excessive movement could put an enormous amount of pressure on its joints and internal organs. In addition, a standard pet bed simply cannot support Zorba's weight. He needs a custom-built bed to rest comfortably. And when it comes to walking, he moves much slower than other dogs. After all, lugging around such a massive frame is no walk in the park. Even transport vehicles must be specially designed for him. A regular pet carrier could never accommodate this behemoth. Beyond these daily logistical hurdles, being oversized for a dog is far from a blessing. Excessive body mass places immense strain on their joints, heart, and vital organs. After Zorba's brief moment of glory in the Guinness World Records, his health problems gradually began to surface. His weight led to a lifespan significantly shorter than that of an average dog. This serves as a serious wake-up call to all pet owners. While some might find a chubby dog to be cute and cuddly, maintaining a healthy weight is the true key to a pet's longevity and happiness. A balanced diet, moderate exercise, and regular health checkups are the only ways to ensure a dog lives its best life. You might have heard the name Fat Tiger, but this time we are not talking about the neighborhood bully from the cartoons. We are looking at actual Siberian tigers in a Chinese zoo, those massive, round, and portly fat tigers. The Siberian tiger, also known as the Amur tiger, is known for its majestic and powerful image. Considered the king of tigers, males typically weigh between 180 and 306 kilograms, while females are lighter, averaging around 100 to 167 kilograms. However, when you see the Siberian tigers at Harbin Zoo, you will notice they have become a bit too well-rounded. Their weight far exceeds the standard for wild tigers, reaching nearly 400 kilograms. There are two main reasons why the Siberian tigers at Harbin Zoo are generally overweight. First, a lack of exercise. Wild Siberian tigers roam freely through vast forests. Hunting prey is the central theme of their daily lives. But what about the tigers in the zoo? Their hunting activity is essentially a scheduled delivery of 3 meals a day. It is as if they have their own exclusive Tiger Uber Eats. They do not have to lift a finger or a paw to eat. Secondly, the abundance and oversupply of food is another factor. In the wild, a Siberian tiger is not successful in every hunt. The food supply is unstable, which typically keeps their weight within a relatively healthy range. In the zoo, in captivity, keepers provide them with more than enough meat. The Siberian tigers have been liberated from the daily anxiety of survival, and the result is a waistline that just keeps expanding. You might be wondering, what is the harm in a tiger being a little chubby? After all, they look even more dangerously cute that way. But in reality, maintaining a healthy weight is vital for the overall survival of the Siberian tiger in the wild. Siberian tigers are highly efficient killing machines. They need immense strength and speed to capture prey like sika deer and wild boar. An overweight tiger not only loses its agility, but will also burn excessive energy due to the extra pounds, ultimately impacting its hunting efficiency and even threatening its very survival. To help these chunky tigers get back in shape, Harbin Zoo has begun taking action, increasing the intake of vegetables, fruits, and other low-fat foods, while simultaneously reducing their meat supply. Furthermore, the keepers have designed various simulated hunting activities, for example, using suspended meat to encourage them to jump and run, or creating chase games to help them burn off that stubborn fat. In the Agusan River of the Philippines, a once quiet stretch of water, there is a superstar captured the world's attention. It was not because of a celebrity, but a massive crocodile named Lolong. With its staggering size and the sensation it caused, it became the undisputed king of crocs. Lolong measured 6.17 meters in length, making it the longest saltwater crocodile ever recorded in the world. That alone is enough to make your skin crawl. But what makes it particularly eye-catching is not just its length, was its mind-blowing weight. According to measurements, Lolong weighed a whopping 1,075 kilograms. Yes, you heard that right, over a metric ton. That is equivalent to a mid-sized sedan, or the combined weight of 15 grown men. Can you imagine a crocodile like this? emerging from the water. It is like a dinosaur come back to life. Lolong did not become famous overnight. In fact, it was the ultimate nightmare for local Filipino farmers and fishermen before Lolong was captured. It had already become a legendary figure in the area. It was said this giant was linked to several cases of missing people and water buffalo. And so, the operation to capture this crocodile, capturing it became a mission for the entire community. When Lolong was finally caught, on September 3, 2011, the whole town breathed a sigh of relief. But the shock that followed was unavoidable. No one expected this crocodile to be so colossal. You might be curious, how did a crocodile get so fat? Crocodiles are cold-blooded animals. They do not need to constantly burn energy to maintain their body temperature like mammals do. Therefore, their appetite is not usually as scary as their size. However, Lolong was clearly an outlier. It lived in an environment with an abundance of food. The wetlands and rivers of the Philippines provided it with plenty of water buffalo, fish, and other prey. This allowed it to pack on an incredible amount of weight over years of successful hunting. More importantly, Lolong's genetics likely played a key role in helping it grow into such a titan. But Lolong's massive size was by no means a stroke of luck. Instead, it marked the beginning of its tragedy. After its capture, it was never returned to the wild. Instead, within an ecological park in the Philippines, it spent the remainder of its days, until 2013 when it passed away due to lung disease. As a common type of livestock, most pigs in the world do not even have names. However, there was one pig named Big Bill who was a total superstar. This pig, who once set a world record, was like a mobile mountain of meat. Its weight reached an astonishing 1,158 kilograms. It was a local legend. Big Bill was born on a farm in Tennessee, USA. It belonged to a breed known as the Poland China pig. Even though pigs of this breed are naturally larger than average pigs, Big Bill's growth clearly broke all the rules. Under normal circumstances, the weight of a Poland China pig usually reaches around 454 kilograms. However, Big Bill more than doubled that figure. This made it the heaviest pig of its time, bringing its owner unprecedented fame. Big Bill did not just have an incredible weight, its body length was equally jaw-dropping. According to the records of the time, this giant pig reached a length of 2.74 meters. Such a massive size made it look almost like a small boat, moored on the ground. It was estimated that this pig required a daily intake of high-calorie feed including corn and wheat. The high-calorie feed is so delicious, it is almost voracious. Although Big Bill's size and weight brought it unparalleled fame, but at the same time it also affects its health. It also became extremely fragile due to its colossal weight. Its limbs were barely able to support its body. Movement became increasingly difficult. Ultimately, this giant pig had to be euthanized due to health problems, ending its legendary life. As a farm animal, they generally do not grow to such a massive size. However, through human intervention, combined with specific feeding methods, their size sometimes exceeds the balance of nature. This also leaves us with a question. In the pursuit of being bigger and heavier, should we be paying more attention to animal health and welfare? On the African savanna, looking into the distance, a massive animal towers above the treetops. That is the tallest mammal in the world, the Masai Giraffe. Their slender necks and graceful strides might make one think they are light on their feet, but in reality, these elegant giants weigh an incredible amount. The Masai Giraffe is a subspecies of the African giraffe, living in the grasslands and savannas of Kenya and Tanzania. Although they are known for being tall and slender, their weight is anything but slim. The weight of an adult male Masai giraffe can reach up to 1,200 kilograms. Hunters in South African game reserves have even captured individuals weighing 1,300 kilograms. That is equivalent to the weight of 3 small cars. Females are relatively lighter, but can still reach 830 to 850 kilograms. This weight is comparable to a full-grown dairy cow. Furthermore, their average height can reach over 5.5 meters. So, how do Masai giraffes get so big? Their diet is the key. Despite their slender appearance, to maintain such a massive body, a giraffe needs to consume about 34 kilograms of leaves every day. Add to that the giraffe's unique digestive system. They can effectively break down these coarse fibers, absorbing a vast amount of nutrients to help them maintain powerful muscles and sturdy bones. Interestingly, to pump blood from the heart all the way up to the top of that 2-meter-long neck, the Masai giraffe needs an incredibly powerful heart. In fact, it can have a heart weighing up to 12 kilograms. This super pump is not just big, but also exceptionally powerful. It generates double the blood pressure of a human heart, ensuring the brain and tissues at the top of the neck receive sufficient oxygen and nutrients. While such high blood pressure might seem like a health concern to us, for the Masai giraffe, it is a vital necessity for survival. However, supporting such a large giraffe is no easy feat because due to its massive size, its food requirements are also sky-high. It has to spend 16 to 20 hours a day just eating. That is right, the giraffe is practically eating all day long. What looks like an elegant way of feeding is actually a highly efficient fill-the-belly race. On the vast savanna, food resources are not always abundant, so the giraffe must constantly search for food, while remaining hyper-vigilant against predator attacks. Equines have long been symbols of speed and power, which is why many cars, like Ferrari, Hummer, and Mercedes, draw inspiration from the horse. Yet you might find it hard to believe that one day a horse could also become a symbol of sheer weight. This brings us to the legendary Super Brooklyn. Super Brooklyn was a Belgian stallion, a breed renowned for its robust, muscular build and immense pulling power. Historically, Belgian horses were primarily used for agriculture and transport, capable of pulling extremely heavy loads. It belongs to a horse breed typically used for heavy farm work. Belgian horses are already massive by nature, but Super Brooklyn was arguably the pinnacle of this breed. Standing 1.98 meters tall, it stood there like a living sculpture, making anyone standing beside it look tiny. Take a look at its shoulder width, which actually exceeded 2 meters. With a chest girth of 2.74 meters, its weight reached a staggering 1,451.5 kilograms. It even required custom-made giant harness just to support its massive weight. It was practically a monster-class horse, rather than the gentle farm horse we usually imagine. Super Brooklyn's immense size earned it countless fans and attention. In its era, it became the star of American touring exhibitions. People lined up in long queues to gaze wide-eyed at this behemoth. Of course, this was not just due to its colossal body, but also its gentle temperament. Despite its imposing and majestic appearance, Super Brooklyn was actually a very friendly and approachable horse. You could say that beneath that massive exterior beat a very soft heart. As such a giant horse, Super Brooklyn's daily food requirement was inevitably enormous. It consumed a vast amount of hay, grain, and water every single day. Just the basic energy needed to maintain such a colossal physique was truly mind-blowing. According to some reports, it can consume nearly 50 kilograms of food a day, and that does not even include its water intake. The diet of an average horse is just a fraction of what it eats. But this is perfectly logical. Maintaining the massive physique of this behemoth requires a giant's share of energy. Super Brooklyn was born in 1928. Although he has long since passed away, it remains a true legend in the equine world. On the vast African savanna, great herds of elephants march slowly, and one among them stands out from the rest. He is the leader of the herd and one of the most colossal creatures on Earth. This is Satao, this male African bush elephant. Weighed a staggering 10,886 kilograms, making him one of the heaviest elephants in history, about 180 times the weight of an average human. African bush elephants are the largest land mammals on the planet. The weight of an adult bull is typically between 4,500 and 6,800 kilograms. Yet, Satao's weight was nearly double that of a normal male elephant. His size was not just extraordinary. He also possessed a pair of magnificent tusks. Tragically, this is also the primary reason he became a prime target for poachers. His tusks weighed around 50 kilograms each. While these precious tusks symbolize wealth and power for an elephant, they represent a grave danger between life and death. Satao's fate was tragically rewritten by ivory poachers. Elephants are naturally among the longest living land mammals on Earth. They can live to be 60 to 70 years old. Satao lived in Kenya's Tsavo National Park, even though he could devour 50 kilograms of vegetation daily. The expansive savannas and rivers provided him with plenty of food and water. Adult bull elephants often live alone or bond with other males, but they also regularly reunite with herds of females and calves. For mating and to protect the next generation, elephants like Satao are vital to the health and survival of the entire population. However, Satao was unable to live out his long life in peace. In 2014, Satao was killed by poachers, the giant that once stood tall over the African continent had fallen. His tusks were brutally taken, leaving the world with nothing but grief and outrage. Satao's passing sparked intense protests worldwide. Animal protection groups and environmentalists greatly increased the crackdown on illegal ivory trade. In fact, the African elephant population is declining at an alarming rate. Over the past century, their numbers have plummeted from millions to fewer than 500,000. Satao's death serves as a wake-up call, calling for a global effort to protect these awe-inspiring creatures so they do not vanish due to human greed. Alright, that wraps up today's video of the top 10 heaviest animals we introduced today. Which one left the biggest impression on you? Feel free to let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.